Fans, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. As you guys know, here is another live video coming at you. Okay, and we got a lot to discuss. We have a lot to talk about. Something that I predicted. And understand something about my predictions. They're not always something that I wish for, or something that I even want, or something that I even like. Okay. They're just educated guesses in the sport of boxing, because sport of boxing is truly the sport that I love, that I hate so much. Okay, and given what we know about Tyson Fury, about Alexander Usyk, about the history between both fighters and negotiations with other fighters, it leaves us back to the present point of time. Okay, and this is the present point of time. Make no mistake about it. New developments. If you guys haven't seen the video, it's trending right now. Okay, about Tyson Fury. Okay, about Tyson Fury. He really hasn't said much, to be fair, but his father has. And before we talk about what his father had to say, let me get some of my peeps out of the way. Jarrett Wilkins. As a Tyson Fury fan, even I have to admit that his behavior outside of the ring is becoming increasingly questionable. But once he does get in the ring, it's a whole other thing. Bars. I can't deny that based on who he's fought, but who he's fought only. Okay, so yeah, he does perform in the ring. He is the Gypsy King. He's good at what he does, and he knows how to do this thing. Bars, but that's only based on who he's brought in the ring. Okay, so keep that in mind, right? Trino Pacino, the fall of Tyson Fury. What the fuck? He's filthy rich. The man doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't have to fight again. Trino Pacino, obviously not. Obviously not. And you know what, Trino Pacino? I absolutely 100% agree with you. He doesn't. He doesn't have to fight again, and I don't think he gives a shit about anybody else but himself. So you're absolutely right. He is filthy rich. He has cash. So he doesn't have to worry about anybody or anything. Okay? And he doesn't have to worry about fighting the best in the ring either. So let's just call it what it is, and this is what the video is about. Alfred Yankson, what a bias AJ fan channel, SMH. Has nothing to do with AJ. Nothing at all. Marco Zucconi, Tyson is trolling everyone and he doesn't care. LOL. Big Wah, he's referring to the fall of his legacy, which I agree with, but I also think he doesn't care either. Big Wah, maybe he don't. Again, I don't think Tyson Fury gives a shit. I think Tyson Fury wants people to believe he gives a shit. I don't think he cares. I don't think he cares. I think the whole purpose of him coming back to the sport of boxing was to make some more money, was to make Joshua look bad, or make him look badder than he made himself look bad, just as bad as he made him look himself, and con everybody that he's the best before leaving the sport again. He might retire again. And I do believe he's back on drugs. That Monday rant, bro, no. He was full of it. He was full of it. The gaming circle. Usyk is the #1 heavyweight in the world, then Joe Joyce second, then Tyson, Wilder, AJ. But if Joyce or Wilder beats him, that's a whole different story. Yep. Alan Bennett, Fury, clown emojis. Zaro SP, Fury has told all interviewers in Saudi is not to mention Usyk. That the only thing alone stands out, he has no intention to fight Usyk. See, that's a bad sign. That's a real bad sign. You know, when Floyd was not wanting to fight Pacquiao, but was getting sick of people mentioning Pacquiao, he would tell people not to ask him about Pacquiao until he eventually fought him. But that's the stupidest thing ever. Why would he ever say, don't mention Usyk to me when you're in negotiations with Usyk? That's the stupidest shit ever. That is the reason for this video. This is just showing that the legacy he doesn't give a shit about people is falling. I don't care if he cares about it at all. It doesn't stop it from dropping. It doesn't stop people from understanding, like, yo, like even the first cat. Like, I'm a Tyson Fury fan, but this is questionable. The only reason you said this isn't bullshit is because you're a Tyson Fury fan. But it is bullshit. Don't tell me or don't ask me about Alexander Usyk. What? The little middleweight? Motherfucker, you should have took the $10 million to fight the little middleweight. Took all those belts that you say you don't care about. It's crazy. Fury, the worst heavyweight champion ever. I wouldn't say he's the worst. Ryan Watterson, Usyk hasn't came out and said it's all over yet. I'm still holding out a small eye of hope for this fight. Ryan, it's hope for the fight. It's hope for everything. A lot of shit, but I don't know. I hope it happens, but if it doesn't happen, I just think Tyson Fury just doesn't believe he can win. He just don't want to go down that route. He doesn't want to go down that path of uncertainty. Don't you understand Tyson Fury does the same shit? Do you know why he does the same shit? Because a person that's mind is that unstable like Tyson Fury, do you think he has time to worry about unstable or unwalked paths? Think about what I'm saying. Tyson Fury don't have time to wonder or worry. That'll fuck with his mental illness. He can't worry about if I win. What if this guy's better than me? What if I can't outbox this fucking Ukrainian? This isn't Vladimir Klitschko. This guy is smaller, faster, more technical. What if I can't beat him? He don't have time. Tyson Fury does not have time for ifs. That's why he's not fighting these fighters. He doesn't have time for it because if he loses, he knows it's all over. The game, all that shit. The blame game, all of that's over. The fame, it's done. It's all over. Fury will lose a lot of fans if he don't fight undisputed. Fast Bandit 1250. That's exactly why this video was made, and that's why we're here. This is exactly why we're here. Because the fall of Tyson Fury is near. Bars, people. Bars. Okay? We're stringing this shit together because it's true. Let's hit that like button. That's what you should do. Bars. Because people do, you guys do understand habits. You guys understand trends, patterns. The Tyson Fury pattern goes like this. Let me fight someone that you may want to fight, or that may be someone, maybe. And then let me fight someone that's a nobody. And then let me give you another fight. But see, here's the thing. The inconsistency now is going back to how Tyson Fury used to be. You think about when he came back. He's been back 5 fucking years. From 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Now it's 23. So he's back 6 years. This is the 6th year. Tyson Fury has fought 2 bums in 2018. A bum and a half, really, because Otto Vailane proved that he wasn't a bum. He was pretty, formidable, but he still got beat. So, but these are 4 hand-picked opponents in 2 years. Okay? So you fought 2 bums, Wilder. 2 more bums, Wilder. Then Wilder. Then White, which that was a fight that we really didn't know was going to happen or not, because White was pulling some bullshit, and it's a bunch of shit between him and Frank Warren. It was real pathetic, but it happened. He did a great job. Then what does he do? He fights another bum. And when I mean another bum, another person that he knows that he can fight and beat. Why? Because he's already went down that path. You get no accolades, bro, for beating Derek Chisora. You get no accolades for beating him again and again and again. I know what I can do for you guys. Let me fight the last guy that I beat. Why would the fuck would we care? Because he doesn't care if you care. Pacino, you're absolutely right. He doesn't care. Tyson Fury doesn't care about the fans. Tyson Fury doesn't care, period. If he cared about the fans, he would have fought more in the UK. He said he turned his back on the UK fans. You guys remember that? Oh, we forget that, don't we? Because he said the UK fans turned their back on him. No, you just start doing cocaine, slamming broads that wasn't your wife, and then you got popped from a revisit from UCAD. Dirty as they are, they came back knocking on your door too. So that's what happened to you. Bars. He knows Usyk would slap him up. The gaming circle. Maybe that's a possibility. Tyson deserves to give the fans what they deserve. Real fights. Fun with Katie Bates. Listen. Tyson needs to prove to himself that he's no more than someone that's bullshitting. I mean, the shenanigans. And you know something funny about the LDBC? I'll tell you. These guys harped on one man. Yeah, they pulled up the Martin Carefoot bullshit, but then they were so quick to talk about old shit versus what Tyson Fury was able to do. The whole thing is, they should have been in an uproar. I know Blue Blood was, so I give him credit, but these guys should have been in an uproar when Deontay Wilder didn't get his opportunity and Tyson Fury tried to fight Joshua. Let me tell you guys the truth about that whole scenario. That was a whole front. Bob Arum called Frank Warren. No. Bob Arum called Eddie Hearn and told him, Tyson Fury lost the arbitration and we're fighting Deontay Wilder. He didn't say it with excitement or disgust or surprise. He just said it because he already knew it was going to happen. That's just something a good friend of his. You think his good friend, I forget his name, Dan Weinstein or some shit like that. Do you think this guy didn't tell Bob Arum how he was going to rule, being his friend, knowing who he is? They knew that damn fight was going to happen anyway. That's why Bob Arum, as soon as he knew, he started looking for venues. Bob Arum's cheap. He's a throwback promoter. Okay? $1 million is shit. The promised land for Bob Arum. But really, $1 million these days for a lot of fighters are, to be fair. But nonetheless, Bob Arum had that fight already scheduled. He already had his schedule. So that AJ 2021 Prince Khalid call, all that shit was bullshit. He wasted a lot of people's time. And AJ went on to fight Usyk, which was a better fighter than AJ at the time. That's what happened. But that doesn't mean Tyson Fury was. Tyson Fury just beat up Deontay Wilder. But who was Wilder really? See, when you start shredding people's resume, you really think and know and understand the variety is terrible. Tyson doesn't have variety. He has redos. He has revisit fights. He has rematches. That does nothing. And you can't blame nobody but him. But again, I think he wants people to believe he cares, but I know he doesn't. He doesn't give a shit about it. He said it before. See, Tyson Fury tells on himself because at times he's fake as fuck, but at other times he's real as the deal. And he'll tell you in certain instances, at certain times, like, look, I don't care about money, fame, and all that shit. I care about knocking people out. Well, you care about that's half right. You care about money, so that was a lie. But then you care about knocking people out that you know that you can knock out. That's a pretty sure way. You know what I call people like that? A fucking bully. Bullies do that type shit. Let me fight the fight that I know I can win, or let me pick on that guy that I know I can beat up. He bullied Chisora. Yeah, he gave him money to do it, but he bullied him. That wasn't a fucking contest. He knew that Derek Chisora didn't have nothing left as opposed to him. He's a lot younger than Derek Chisora anyway. He's fought him already twice. He didn't have any luck then. But what he wanted people to do is to boost up Derek Chisora fight. He even got mad at True Jordy. Remember that? True Jordy was like, "Oh well, how can you not fight these guys? And they're not in my league." What did he say? No. He said they're not in my uh, generation. They're not in my era. That's what he said. They're not in my era. I'm like, they're not in your era. What the fuck are you talking about? They're older than you, jerk off. Not in my era. That I get, like, that's like Daniel Dubois, 25 or 24 years old, saying that Derek Chisora is not in his era. You know what I mean? That makes sense. Tyson, Tommy, John. Excuses. Psycho Crusher, what's up? Counterpunch to you, brother. Gray, holla, CP to all. Big Y, I'm still personally giving Team Fury to announce the fight by Sunday night, but I'm doubtful. I hope they are just bullshitting everyone. That's the only way we can save this. Then I won't be mad at Tyson Fury no more. People understand. I'm angry because Tyson has been bullshitting a lot of people for a long time. He bullshitted a lot of people for a long time, and I'm sick of it. See, I'm a boxing fan. I love boxing, bro. I've been watching boxing since I was 2 or 3 years old. There's not a time that I can remember that I didn't watch boxing. Boxing is it. That's my sport. I don't watch basketball or fucking football. You know what I mean? I might look at a little tennis. Why? Because it's a one-on-one sport. I'm all for one-on-one sports. That guy versus the other guy. That's me. That's me in a nutshell. So when these fighters that claim to be the best don't fight these fighters, it just makes us think and look at the sport as a whole. Like, what's really going on here? What do we, boxing fans, what did we do to deserve fucking fighters like this? Fighters that you're not going to take a loss in the ring, but you're sure as shit is going to take it out of the ring because you didn't want to challenge yourself in the ring. That's the problem. Tyson Fury should be man enough. He should have some fucking balls, to fight. Oh, he doesn't deserve this, that, and the other. Dude, you have never fought the guy that he beat. The only way I could see Tyson Fury justifying what he said about Usyk was that if he already fought Anthony Joshua, that he knows what it's like to beat Anthony Joshua before Usyk did. That would make Usyk a copycat. I get that at that point. That means, okay, Usyk had your leftovers, and then you can debate and you can argue that, guess what? You fought a different version of AJ than I fought because I fought him fresh. You did not. You fought him after. You took and had the rest. Not me. I had AJ fresh, and I whooped AJ, and I showed you that I was the best. But he has never done that. Tyson Fury ain't fought shit but Deontay Wilder, and you did it 3 times to make us convince stupid fans that you guys are fucking, he's the best. You convince these guys, oh man, look at Tyson Fury, man. Look how good he beat Wilder. Oh man, look how good he did it again. Dude, he outboxed Wilder in 2018. He made the fight be stopped by the corner of Wilder in 2020. 2021, he stops him in the 11th round. Okay, great. What else do you have? See, here's the thing. Let's talk about White. Oh, well, he beat Dillian White. Bro, White has already been knocked out cold by 2 different guys. So, I mean, if you want, sure, that adds to his resume. You got White, Wilder, Vladimir, WWW. Sure, I get that. But you're not the first one to do it. Most importantly, you're not the only one. See, when you're the only fighter that only beat one guy, that means a lot. Not that you're just this other dude that did something someone else already done that makes it less significant. Do you guys hear what I'm saying? Let's hit that like button. We got over 80 people in here. Let's hit the like button. So with Tyson, I understand Tyson now. And I'm going to break it down to you what I mean by I understand him fully, but I understand where he's going. Listen, I think Usyk is an amazing boxer, second best heavyweight in the division. I think he's the first. Why? By default, Paul Smith. Why? Because Tyson Fury won't fight him. Tyson lips are moving. He's lying. Oh, Alan. Justin Blackall. Usyk and AJ are the only real heavyweights that will fight the best. Everyone else is worried about money. Wilder's worried about money too, but that's a different topic for another day. Okay, because that shit is going on between him and Andy Ruiz. He's a free agent, and all that shit. That's another topic. We're talking about Tyson right now. Fury has ruined this generation's heavyweight division. Chris West, he's picked up where the last WBC heavyweight left off. What do I mean? You fight someone, he did the same thing the last fighter did. How so, Kurt? Easy. You fought a guy, one guy, and because you fought and beat that one guy, you proclaim you were the best fighter or you were the best heavyweight, right? Then you make negotiations to fight the other best guy or the other champion, and it falls through. But then you claim it's the other fighter's fault, but then after you turn down a shitload of money. Tyson Fury has done the same exact thing. Don't you guys see that? Don't you see the similarities with this shit? Tyson Fury beat a guy, one guy, which was the last WBC champion. Then he did it again, just like the last WBC champion did. Didn't he beat Ortiz again? You guys know who he is. He beat Ortiz again. So he wanted people to believe that he was better or getting better or the best by beating the same dude, by having the same test. Bars, bullocks. How would you think and why would you think that you're better by beating the same dude over and over again? To me, that's a fucking bully. You've been there, you've done that. You know what I mean? I give the last WBC heavyweight champion more credit because at least that guy, yes, he was an aging guy, but he was still dangerous and he still made his mark in the first fight. And he was undefeated, okay? But all in the same. You fought a guy twice, 3 times, and you want people to believe you're the best. That's your best win. But your best win is fucking garbage. Why? Because it's only one. You didn't fight a slew of guys. You didn't defend any fucking thing. You gave Dillian White his just due. You knocked him out too. Cool. But you also knocked him out also because you're not the only one to do that. Somebody else. These guys were knocking him out, okay? That's how it is. And by the way, those guys knocked him out cold. Povetkin hit White. He wasn't getting up. Oxygen was needed. Joshua hit him, knocked him out. He wasn't getting up. Okay? He was knocked spark out. You just hit him and he went down. Sure, he wasn't, but he was able to get up. Okay? So you and Oscar Rivas are kind of around the same wavelength. That's why I don't believe that Tyson Fury can hit harder than AJ. But really, is that relevant or not? No, it's not, because it's about your skill and how you can deliver your strength versus how hard you can punch. Because if you can't deliver it with skill and at the right time, what difference does it make? It doesn't matter if you can hit hard or not. You can't call Chisora a bum. We can call Chisora an honorary gatekeeper that he's proud of. The reason I called him that is because the whole point of calling him that was because he's been down that road before. See, Tyson is not a guy of testing his own talent. He's not. So stop. He's not. He's the kind of guy that wants to do the same thing over again. Shit. He'll fight McDermott again. And make people think that he's the shit. He wants showcase fights because he wants people to believe how good he is. He wants people to see how good he is. He wants people to admire him, adore him. He wants people to praise him in a sense. He wants that shit that AJ had. That's why he hated the bodybuilder. That's why he talked about him all the time. That's why Derek Chisora was convinced that he wanted to have sex with AJ. You know that Tyson, I really think, man, he wants to have sex with AJ. Shit was hilarious, but I mean, it did make sense. Like, yo, you're talking about AJ too much not to want to fight this motherfucker. Like, fight him, dude. Fight him and make him Get what you deserve if you really care. That's why I know he don't care, because he would have fought AJ. He would have fought him. He'd have made that fight happen if he really wanted it. He wanted people to think he wanted it, because he wanted people to think AJ is ducking, because he wanted to pull the same shit that the last WBC heavyweight champion pulled. How do you do that? What did the last one do? Talk shit about one fighter without fighting him? And just to get his recognition? Okay? Just for clout? Tyson is saying, you know what? I can do the same thing. See, I'm going to promote the idea to people that I'm going to fight the guy that beat the guy that I can't stand because he got all the accolades that I didn't have, which was AJ. So, Usyk is that guy that he said or claimed or wanted people to think that he was going to fight. Whereas actuality, he wasn't going to fight him at all, because that's too much. That's too uncertain. That's a path unwalked. There's no Tyson Fury footsteps down that fucking pathway. Okay? You can't find any, because he's not going down that mother sucker. He's going to stick to what he knows. That's what Tyson Fury does. He sticks to what he knows and what he knows only. And he doesn't know Usyk, and he doesn't know Joshua. He may fight Joe Joyce. Maybe. Maybe. But Joe Joyce is I don't even know. That could be the best thing, because he is slower, but then he has a gas tank that maybe, Tyson Fury probably won't deal with. But Tyson Fury, I think, is defensively sound enough to maybe outbox Joe Joyce. But somebody more skilled than Joe Joyce, way more skilled, is Anthony Joshua. I don't think he's more willed. I just think he's more skilled. Make no mistake about that, people. Don't try to say that. AJ's more skilled than Joyce. Joyce is more willed than AJ. That's how it works. That's how I look at those two fighters. Stronger? I don't know. How do you measure strength? Is it from skill or is it from will? Bars, right? John and Tyson Fury are licking their lips at Jake Paul money. Pantomime again. Fury has been conning the public for years. Yes, he has. I'm convinced. If he doesn't fight and we hear, he's going to fight in Francis Ngannou, okay, I already knew it. I knew that shit was going to happen. And see, what Tyson does, I think this is a ploy. I think Tyson wants to be a guy like Mayweather, to be hated, to be disliked. Why? What happens when a guy is starting to be disliked? He gets that hat or that jacket. Hey, I don't like him. What are you going to start doing? Wishing for his downfall, praying for his downfall, hoping someone knocks him out. That's what he's going to do. But see, he doesn't have to fight formidable opponents if you dislike him. The reason you dislike him, just like the reason I dislike him at this point. I'm mad at Tyson Fury because he won't test himself. That's why I'm mad at Tyson Fury. If Tyson Fury would have signed that contract, then we could let all this shit go. We could let it all go. Okay, hey, that's one less thing to worry about. Tyson Fury has taken and signed the dotted line, and he's made it happen. You got to give him credit for that thus far. But until he does it, he just shows us that he doesn't, and it gives us ample reason to believe he doesn't want these fights. But it's becoming too familiar. These habits are coming too frequently. The fight with AJ. The negotiation. It's always the same shit. Think about it. The negotiations are going well. I'm positive that it'll go down. It looks good. We have Matchroom in Queensberry. These guys are working together. Oh my God, this is great. Then all of a sudden, it was too great, because then Tyson Fury comes and rains on everybody's parade. I don't think this fight's going to happen because AJ's not, I don't want to take this, and I don't want to. Then he starts talking. He starts flapping his fucking gums. Why? Because things are happening too well. Because there's no way out of a situation that you don't want to be out of if everything is going too good. You better make some other shit up. You better make shit up that, hey, this is the way it's going down. This is what's happening. And that's what he did. Monday's the deadline. And then he started thinking about it like, wait, I did kind of sever that quickly. Okay, Friday's the deadline. Right? So that's what we're dealing with, man. And it's really to the point where I don't want to fix my mouth to say that. I'm not going to say that yet. I'm not going to say that yet. But it's reasonable to say so. It's reasonable to say what I'm thinking about saying, but I'm not ready to say. Okay? Let's continue. Let's see what else we got. Fury has sold more tickets than anyone ever in the last 3 fights. If Usyk doesn't agree terms, he will be fighting Joe Joyce or Danny Dubois as mandatories. Great. That's false. I mean, that last part's true. I mean, he'll fight as mandatories because he's a unified champion. You know, something Tyson Fury's never done. You say he sold more tickets than anyone. Well, in theory, you're true. Are you talking about the gate? Sure, the gate, but he hasn't made more money. The seats in the UK, they're not like the USA. You guys are not greedy, okay? You guys have affordable tickets. So think about it. That's probably why people go to see a live gate or go to a stadium fight, because it's cheaper than to buy a fucking pay-per-view, right? But pay-per-view wise, he hasn't. It's been Joshua Usyk. That's it. You need counterpunching. Clean out. Sent you the super chat many times, bro. Best boxing channel. Paul Smith, appreciate you, man. Keep sending them. Deadline sitting duck Dalsa. Have you noticed Fury hasn't done an interview on Usyk situation? I think he told the interviewers not to ask him about Usyk. He really is afraid of him, 100%. That's why I couldn't be one of those guys that, you know, I couldn't be one of those guys that just run around, and I couldn't be a LA setback. Reporting. I couldn't do that because I would ask a question and you would never have to do that again. You could tell me to fuck off, but then I will gladly tell you, okay, well, why? So I'm a real person. I don't do the politics of that shit. I had one of my homeboys that does, you know, I'll send him off to do that. I've done it before. But like when you're dealing with like huge political fights, like, because this is a political fight, because there's a lot of politics involved, there's a lot of shit people don't want you to say, a lot of things that you're kind of, you know, it's all bullshit to me. Like, yo, how about this, fucker? Take 40%, he takes 40%, and then the winner takes the other 20. See, why has nobody thought of that? Nobody's thought of that because nobody wants that. Tyson Fury don't give a shit about that fight. He doesn't want that fight. If Tyson Fury people wanted to fight Alexander Usyk, he would have fought him last year. After he beat Joshua the first time, he would have fought him instead of Dillian White. He wanted a tune-up. That's why he fought White. White was a tune-up, people. Dillian White was a tune-up. That's what he was. He was a fucking tune-up. No disrespect to Dillian White. He was a tune-up fight. He didn't want to fight Usyk. You see what Usyk did to AJ? Damn near stopped AJ in the 12th round. You think he wants to do that? You think that Tyson Fury wants to put himself in situations that he's seen other fighters in? No. Hades, no. He does not want that because Tyson Fury's smart. Tyson Fury's a smart bloke. He knows, look, the same thing can happen to AJ, could happen to me. And he knows that that's didn't happen before. See, look, he's even said it. He said, look, the same thing happened to AJ could happen to me. He said that. So I better be careful. Seriously. But what happened in 19? That shit almost happened with Vailene. In actuality, it should have happened. That fight should have been called off. Otto Vailene should have won that fight. Tyson Fury should have 1 loss and 1 draw. That's basically what should have happened. Now, I give him prime, adamant respect for still fighting and winning and scoring. You know what I mean? But that fight should have been stopped, bro. That should have been another situation like Lewis and Klitschko. Vitali. Remember when they stopped it in the 6th round because Vitali's eye was just jacked up? Okay, same thing. It was unfair to Vitali like it should have been unfair to Tyson Fury. But this is what we're looking at. Politics. So Michael Buffer, yeah, he doesn't want that. Ed, if Usyk agrees to 70-30 in the UK, Fury still won't make nowhere near what he would have made in the Middle East. We know that, Ed. That's not the point. The point is Tyson Fury knows as long as he's undefeated, he can sell more tickets for fighting people that are less dangerous, that are less challenging, that are not on the level, that won't give him problems, that won't make him look bad. He's doing this for a reason, people. I want you guys to understand that. The reasoning behind Tyson Fury, he doesn't want to be challenged because he wants these fights to make like he's better than he really is. How do you do that? You get guys that really are not that good and you look that much better knowing that they're not that good. Easy. Mark David Muego. Fury avoided Klitschko in the rematch. Fury wasted everyone's effing time with the Joshua negotiations. Fury had Hearn flying all over the world to fight Wilder again. You know something? I hear Eddie Hearn talk about Jarrell Miller. You remember the Jarrell Miller situation where he's saying that Jarrell Miller owes him money because he wasted a lot of money on promotion? Well, guess what? So does fucking Tyson Fury. You're not trying to get money from him. That's the guy you should go after. The guy for wasting your fucking time. The guy that had you flying all over the world with him and his old ass promoters, Frank Warren and Bob Arum, sitting back smoking fucking blunts, looking at you fly all around the world making deals with Saudi, saying that you won't get it done. But guess what? It was done. See, the one thing Tyson Fury verified and confirmed was that Eddie Hearn was on his job because he proved that the money was there. If the money wasn't there, that means Eddie Hearn, the things that he was doing was all in vain. That means he didn't know what he was doing, right? Eddie Hearn was the guy that has close relationship with the Saudis. People forget that. Not Bob Arum, not fucking Frank Warren. They're rookies in comparison to the relationship that Eddie Hearn has with these Saudi Arabians, with all these billions of fucking dollars and these millions to throw away on fights because they want to be the mecca of professional sports, of boxing. Why wouldn't they? I would. If I had billions of dollars, I would want everybody to come to the place that I'm from, and I would build stadiums and shit and see the biggest fights and be praised for hosting the biggest fights. So one thing Tyson Fury did show, that Tyson Fury, or Eddie Hearn, did his job. He showed that, hey, Eddie Hearn really did his job because that money really was there and that fight really would have happened if I wanted to really fight this guy. But I really didn't. Because all that money he was going to get, you tell me that you couldn't pay fucking Deontay Wilder off? Are you really serious? Now we're looking back at all this shit. Now it just seems ridiculous. The excuses are ridiculous. There's no way in hell that you're getting all that money, right? And you are telling us that you had to fight Deontay Wilder. No, you chose to because you wanted a payday for a guy that you already beat. That's easy to understand. Versus a guy, regardless of how much money you're getting. See, Tyson Fury was like, well, fuck. If I may fight Joshua, and that will be my last fight, but Joshua got beat. Karma, motherfucker, because you should have fought him anyway. You would have been praised instead of Usyk. See, they're praising Usyk for doing something you couldn't do, and you should have done. You decided to fight a guy you already beat. That's not admirable. That's nothing special. You've already done it. Counterpunch. You've already done that. So I don't really understand what people are really stuck on the Tyson Fury train. I get, yeah, Anthony Joshua pissed a lot of people off by the Black Lives Matter bullshit. But at the end of the day, that was a fad, okay? That was what was going on at the time. You know, people talked about Muhammad Ali for speaking his mind. Bars. Everybody loves Ali now, but they didn't love him then. They called him a coward and a chicken shit, a pussy. They snatched the belt away from him. They tried to throw him in jail. Why? For having an opinion? And so AJ did something similar and everybody threw him at the fucking, they threw him under the bus. But then Tyson Fury did the similar thing. And then nobody said shit about the Travelers Lives Matter. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Black Lives Matter, you give him shit. Travelers Lives Matter, wait a minute, that's cool. I just didn't understand that. That made no sense to me. That was a very big double standard right there. But understand something else, people. Tyson Fury should pay Eddie Hearn the money that he owed him for flying all around for no fight at all. Because after it's all said and done, Tyson don't want to fight these guys. He never did. And how he shows you, he does or says something that is so outlandish to make or to convince those other guys not to. How do you convince someone that you don't want to fight but don't want everybody to think you do? Ask for something that you know fucking well that they won't pay for. See, whatever the amount of money was, whatever the amount of money, this huge amount of money that the Saudis offered him, it was never going to be enough. Because at the end of the day, Tyson Fury knew, if they offer me 80, ask for 100. If they offer me 60, ask for 80. He knew, I'm not taking this fucking fight with these Saudis because I don't want to fight Usyk anywhere. And I know, hey, let's take it to the UK because we already know that Usyk said he won't take 50-50, so let's negotiate with Ngannou under the scenes. That's all that happened. This is what's going on. And again, people, I hope I'm wrong. See, for me being right, that means there's no fight. Bars. Understand that. For me being right, that means there's no fight. And the fight that you're going to get is not what we asked for. We want an undisputed showdown. Now don't you see why the last WBC heavyweight champion fucked up so much? Because he gave it to another guy. You know what this shit's like? This shit is like a shittier version of Game of Thrones boxing world. This boxing world has worked like the Game of Thrones for the last 5 years. Think about it. Like, you think someone takes over and someone comes and gains power, you think it's going to get better, but no, they're just as worse as the last fucking people. And the last people are like, you miss me yet? You know what I mean? Because these are not what we thought it's going to be. You think something's going to change, and the more it changes, the more it stays the same. I guarantee you, Fury is fighting Joyce, or he will rematch Wilder again or fight another Tom Schwartz. Absolutely. That's what he does. So you want to know what Tyson Fury does? He does the same shit he's always done. He didn't want to fight Vladimir Klitschko. That's why Klitschko can't stand his guts right now. Probably hates his guts. Vladimir Klitschko probably hates Tyson Fury more than he does the Russia. You know what I mean? Fury's dad said Usyk should get 30%. What are you getting, John Fury? What the fuck are you getting? Fucking dictator. Dictating fucking dad over there. You know, he don't have no kind of badge or no kind of certification. He's just running his mouth. Wilder may be the biggest puncher in heavyweight history. Oh, okay, cool. But he still got his ass whooped, didn't he? So it don't save him all the time, does it? No. 40% of the unification fights in front of 100% or 100K Wembley is better than 70% of 20K of the UK against mandatories. It don't fucking matter. The fact is, the mandatories are mandatories. They're not supposed to be bigger than the fucking unification fight. That's what you don't understand. I want people to understand, okay, the unification fight is supposed to be something big. This doesn't supposed to be some type of, hey, well, let's do this. No, it's a unification, motherfuckers. It's a great, look, they're coming together for a unification. One champ versus the other champ. Okay? It's not a champ versus the fucking mandatory. It's champ versus champ, but then you got a champ that's saying, hey, you know what? We're not going to give you this because we think we're better. How do you know you're better? Based on what? What are you better than? Pay-per-view sales? That's bullshit. He outsold you. What else do you have? I'm undefeated? Okay, fair play. He's undefeated. So what else do you have? What are we really talking about? So you want to talk about like, hey, mandatories, and you're trying to ration and that, Usyk wouldn't get that much money. That's not the fucking point. The point is he's fighting Tyson Fury, and Tyson Fury should split that damn bag. He should split the bag. That's a totally different fight. A mandatory is a different fight from a unification. Unification is supposed to trump mandatory, so what does that mean? It's supposed to be more money. And by the way, Hawker Mustang, let's go here. Let's go here. Gray. Let's go here. All right. Let's do this. If Tyson Fury felt, And based on your own standards, well, he's making more money than fighting Tyson in Wembley. Fair play. They both would have made more money in the fucking in Saudi Arabia. Why aren't we comparing that to each other? Because that makes more sense. Fuck the O2, fuck the mandatories. How about the fight at hand? How about Tyson Fury would have made more money if he would have took the money besides trying to chicken shit and slither his way out of this shit? That's all he's doing. Because, see, he would rather take less money because he knows less money of no fight is better than getting my ass whooped in a fight that I have to prove that I'm the best. See, Tyson Fury's rich, so it doesn't really matter. So if you're rich, who cares? What does he really care about? He cares about that damn O. He cares about that. He may not care about fans. He may not care about fighting the best. But what he does care about is keeping the O. How do you keep the O? You don't fight guys that will give you a loss. Easy. That's easy. Let's get 100 likes. We got 170 people in here. Let's get 100 likes. Let's get 170 likes. Usyk is all wrong for Fury. No interview for Kurt now. I don't care. I don't really care if it's an interview. I don't want to look. Tyson Fury's going to tell me the same shit he's told 100 different motherfuckers. Either I'm not answering, get out, fuck you, and I can tell him the same thing. And guess what? I'll go viral because I'll tell Tyson Fury, hey, you can go fuck yourself because I know you're a coward. And see, you understand who my father is. You know what I mean? So get this. I'm not going to go chicken shit out like Ellie Setback. If I seen Tyson Fury and I asked him like, yo, man, what's up with you? Like what? Why? And then he tells me something. He's around a bunch of people. He can gladly tell me to fuck off, but I can gladly tell him to fuck off too. I'm not gonna say what. Why? I'm not gonna do any of that shit because you gotta gain respect to another individual that's losing respect for you, and I'm losing respect for Tyson Fury. That's what I'm doing. See, people, you guys forget. I defended Tyson Fury here in Fro, got my fucking channel shut down because people were trying to silence me because I was for Tyson Fury about cheating Deontay Wilder because I knew Wilder wasn't that good and I knew he was going to tap Wilder in that ass. He surprised me when he did it, but he did it and I saw it, I believed it, I bought it, okay? And all the other shit I didn't believe. I rode with Tyson Fury. So don't say, oh man, you hate Tyson Fury all of a sudden. No. What it is about Tyson, he's showing me the same shit over and over again. He's pissed me off for the last 2 years because the shit he's done. In 2020, great. I defended him in 2020, 2021. I was glad that he did get the bag, but I thought he was going to be a better champ than the last motherfucker was. That's the only difference. I want a champion that defends his crown. I want a champion that keeps showing that he's the best. I want a champion that not only compares himself to Muhammad Ali, he does what Muhammad Ali does. And what does Muhammad Ali do? And what did he do, rather? He defended and fought everybody. That's what Tyson Fury should do. He should fight Ruiz. He should fight Parker. Yes, Parker. He should fight Joe Joyce. He should fight Anthony Joshua 3 fucking times. Let's see how that goes. You know what I mean? Since we're the British, UK British rivalry or whatever, we should get all these fights from Tyson Fury. Then you can fight Ngannou after you've done all that bullshit. Okay? Fight the new blood. Oh, Jared Anderson pieced me up in sparring. I'll show you that I'm still better than him. Fight him too. Frank Sanchez, where you at? Jarrell Miller, I beat you up enough. Come on. I'm going to give you a paycheck too when I gladly tax that ass. That's the type of champion I thought that I would get with Tyson Fury, a guy that claims that he has to keep fighting in order to keep his mental illness sane. Think about what I'm saying, people. His mental illness, he says, I have to keep having small goals each day to keep my mind right. If my mind's not right, I'm going to go into some kind of wild, destructive realm of doing coke and drinking and want to kill myself and depression and all this shit. Okay, wonderful. If you know that and you believe that and you want people to believe that, you better fight the next fucking opponent. Not Ngannou, a guy that ain't never fought before in the boxing ring with Queensberry rules. He's a cage fighter. Greetings from London, MJ. Inspirations, MG. Inspirations 108. Counterpunch to you. Tyson is a disgrace to the heavyweight. I'm from England, but he's embarrassing. I've been watching boxing from the era when the real boxers fought. Me too. Again, I hope this shit is a ploy. I hope he's just fucking with people. I hope he is. Because if he's not just fucking with us people, and this is real, and John Fury is talking a bunch of bullshit. But here's the thing. Let me talk about John for a minute. Here's like maybe some hope. Let's talk about hope. Because I don't want this live stream to be just mini fucking drill in Tyson Fury's ass the whole time. Let's talk about John Fury for a second. I did a video on it, maybe a minute video. But we'll tell you this about John. John is a shit talker too, and I do understand where Tyson Fury gets some of his indecisiveness from. John Fury says this, then he'll say that, then he'll say this again, then he'll say that again, then he'll say everything is all across the board with him. Now I understand Tyson. His daddy's all fucked up like that. He's so indecisive, he'll just say random things like a drunken bar bum guy. That's profession. That is a great falling off the bar stool kind of cat. That's his profession. I'm a drunkard. Right? Fury has been coming to the public for years. Fury's fans still making excuses for Fury. Fury has a lot to show everybody. If he doesn't care, fucking retire. If Tyson Fury doesn't care, retire. If he doesn't care about any of this, if he doesn't care about the fans, if he doesn't care about the money, he doesn't care about anything really, retire. We don't need you talking one thing on Monday, then Wednesday it's a different thing, then Friday it's a totally different. Dude, I'm sick of that bipolar bullshit. I used to work for a guy like that, and it was fucking annoying. It was annoying. Why? Because this guy Monday he hated everybody. Fucking Tuesday he loves everybody. Wednesday he's just indifferent. Thursday he hates you again, and Friday he loves everybody. Dude, I'm sick of that. Yo, go somewhere with that bipolar bullshit. Go sell it to somebody else. Go sell it to the WWF. Get in the cage with that shit. Go hang out with Dana White. Bald-headed guys are us. Right? Let all agree Tyson Fury is a Dalsa. Fury sucks. Fury versus the Francis guy. Fury is the best thing, bro, but he's not the A side, truthfully. I don't care about the A side or the B side, but I know it's a reality. I do know it's a reality, but at the end of the day, Tyson Fury needs to show that he is. See, the arrogance, okay, the egotistical mindset that he has, I don't think he would beat Usyk anyway. I think Usyk would beat him simply because Tyson Fury's mind is not right. Unless he's just fooling everybody and making people think that he's just the best, which I know that's what he's doing. You know? Stop liking Fury when never give money to charity, not watched like for 2 fights. I really didn't give him too much flack on that. I didn't. Steve, I'm British. Fury is a great fighter, but money should never be an issue. Simple as. Fury should be fighting for pennies if he wants to prove that he's the best of the best. See, Steve, I'm not convinced it's all about money. I'm convinced it's about reputation. It's not about money. It's about reputation. See, Fury can never and will never live down the fact that Usyk beat him. Usyk is a guy that's proven himself. Usyk is a guy that was told to stay in your lane. Stay in your weight class. Don't come up here. If you do, it's going to be bad news for you. Bars and more bars. But what did he do? He came up there and he started winning. He didn't look great. No. He made people really, I think, if anything, that Derek Chisora fight, the Witherspoon fight, he got caught. I was like, oh, okay. Well, shit, man, somebody could just knock him the fuck out. That's the first thing. When he fought Chaz Witherspoon, I seen him fight. I seen him, and I seen him take punches from a guy that really wasn't known. Veteran, but really wasn't known. Chaz Witherspoon wasn't really known. And Chaz was able to land shots on him with that right hand. And I'm like, okay, well, if he's able to do it, how about someone more skilled than him? Everyone's style is a little different. So, but then again, if he's able to get hit like that, how good is he really as a heavyweight? I think he's better as a cruiserweight. That was my first thoughts of Usyk coming to the heavyweight division. Now, when he fought Derek Chisora is known to be gritty, nasty, rough, rugged, tough, right? He will come at you with everything. If you see Derek Chisora coming at you, be prepared, because he ain't coming to hug. He's coming to throw those bows. And when he does so, he's coming to knock you out, and he punches with bad intentions. So when I saw that fight, and I did see, again, Usyk getting pieced up. Usyk getting wrapped, bro. Usyk would stand up too early because he would and then Chisora would wrap his ass with another right hand. And what I learned about Usyk, I'm like, well, you know what? He gets hit, so he's not like this fucking unhittable object. No, neither was really Lomachenko, but what they did do, their offense and their footwork was very good. And they showed me that they're tough as well. So I learned, I was like, okay, well, shit, he might not beat the elite, but shit, he's able to take these punches from these guys that I know can punch. I know Derek Chisora can punch, right? So, and he was able to take these shots. I'm like, okay, is this a legitimate heavyweight or what? So then again, how good is he? So that was my second thought of Usyk. And my third thought was, okay, well, look at here. You may not get past Joshua, but I think you can outbox Joshua just due to the fact that Joshua is not a better boxer, right? Different style, again, good puncher, hard puncher, cool. But then he really surprised me. He looked like he looked in the cruiserweight division, the first fight. And I was like, shit, what's that about? He really looked dynamic. He looked like he belonged in the heavyweight division, And then the first person that gave him praise was, guess who? Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury told him, hey, man, good job with Joshua. I think you did really good. You know what I mean? And those guys were the champions. So this fight's been brewing for a long time, but guess what? He had to fight Joshua again, and he did it again. Now, to be fair, I don't think Usyk looked the same as he did in the first fight. I think he, I don't know, maybe it was the war, maybe it was the weight loss, maybe it was because of the war, right? But he still did enough to beat Anthony Joshua. So here we are right now, okay? Now, I can give you a breakdown from that. Tyson Fury wanted to fight someone else, like I told you guys earlier. He wanted to fight a tune-up. He didn't want to fight Usyk. So that should told you that Usyk was already respected by Tyson Fury. And Tyson knows that. Tyson's just not stupid. He's not stupid. He's not going to get himself in these fights that's going to cause a disruption of his reputation. Okay? See, Tyson cares about his reputation. He may not care, because you can't convince that Tyson's not the best unless he loses. See, Tyson can slip out and duck, swerve, whatever fight he wants, and whatever fighter he wants, just as long as he doesn't get beat. That's the important thing, because if he's never beat, no one can ever say that he's not the best. That's what he's learned from his little big brother, Floyd Money Mayweather. Because Mayweather just, hey, I know I'm not going to fight Keith Thurman or Errol Spence or Edislandi Lotto. Are you fucking nuts? Winky Wright? Please. Are you smoking crack? I'm not going to fight these dudes. These dudes might beat me. And if I beat them, they're going to beat me up. And then it's going to make me look less significant. It's going to make me look like, damn, shit, I don't think I want a rematch with him. It's going to make me look like a regular fighter that has a challenge. And you know what ego does? It makes you avoid situations and challenges like that. That's what it does. I don't think Fury has fallen, but he's not gaining fans with the way he's handling Undisputed. If it doesn't happen, nobody should believe his excuses. Nobody should, Richard. I don't think anyone should believe those excuses. I think it's all. And you know what? What makes it worse with Tyson this time, though? Tyson is letting somebody else speak for him. How is the Gypsy King, the man that promotes himself, the best, the undisputed, undefeated, biggest shit talker in the sport of boxing. How are you going to let your father speak for you? Counterpunch. That's sad. You're letting your dad speak for you, and then what is your response? Don't talk about Usyk. I don't want to talk about Usyk right now. Don't talk about him. But your dad can? Well, okay, if that's the case, tell your dad to shut the fuck up. If we can't talk about it, but your dad can talk about Usyk. Incredible, man. This is some shit, bro. You can't make this up. You can't make this shit up. You mean you don't hate everyone sometimes? Yeah, that's what I mean. Fury doesn't need to worry about reputation because he has kiss asses like Simon Jordan and Russell Crowe already crowning him as the best without proving it. But see, those guys can think he's the best based on who he's fought. I just know that's bullshit because I know there's always somebody to fight. Tyson Fury knows that. But see, for him thinking that he's the best, now I get just being confident, cool. But if you're ducking fight after fight from between champions and ex-champions and the elite fighters, and then you replace them with guys that we don't want you to fight, what are you really doing? Like, what are you really doing? Like, let's be honest. What are you really doing? Like, I don't get it. We got 89 likes. We got over 200 people in here. Let's get those likes up. Usyk was playing possum until he got the AJ fight. He knew AJ would want him after average performance. Yep, and AJ was there when Derek Chisora battered Usyk, and if that's the case, Usyk took a lot of shots he probably didn't even have to take, right? I mean, if that's what he was doing, but then what he didn't tell people to after he beat Joshua was this cat he had COVID. And COVID a couple years ago is different than the COVID we have now. Like last year and this year, that's bullshit COVID. Now it's like a cold. I got COVID. 3 days later, you're good. The first COVID was killing people. It was taking people's ass out. They're shipping out of here, man. That's what happened. Okay? So if he had some of that Alexander Povetkin COVID, yeah, I could see why he was doing that. He said, yeah, I had the disease that was plaguing the world at the time. That was COVID. So Alexander Usyk had COVID. And he was either recovering from COVID, right? But you know what? That just shows you how much of a badass he is. Because like Tyson and other fighters, I got COVID, I can't fight, I need time to train. Oh, leave me alone. I need this. But at the end of the day, really, he didn't say or mention anything about COVID at all. He could have easily said that. Look, I got COVID. I can't fight Chisora. He could have. And it would have been legitimate. But he didn't go that route. Why? Because he didn't want people to feel sorry for him. See, if you're a determined, driven person, the last thing you need is somebody to feel sorry for you. Because guess what? That's not your MO. If you're driven, you don't care what people do. You don't want excuses. You're making accomplishments in your life. You're not worried or looking for excuses. Okay, so that's why he didn't say any of that shit. We got 98 likes. Let's hit that like button. Let's get 100. We got 2 more to get 100 likes. Let's go. Usyk is a special one. He's unique. How good is he? What pisses me off, people, understand this. Tyson Fury won't even challenge us to show us how good Usyk really is by showing himself how good he really is. That's the problem. This is a competition, people. This is not. See, I'm talking shit about Tyson because I question if Tyson wants this fight. I question if he wants this fight. I question if he wants it. I question if he's up for it. I question a lot of shit now. Then I question the last negotiations you were in because maybe you did that shit with Joshua too. More than likely you did. And I thank you guys. We just hit the 100 threshold. Let's go for 200. Because we damn sure got at least 200 people in the chat. It staggers from 205 to 198 or to 187. Let's go. Let's keep them up. Let's hit that like button. Let's keep them going. 200 people in here. Let's go. But see, Tyson won't show us how good he is. And if you won't show us how good you are, how do we know how good you really can be? See, if you're looking for praise or you're looking for a hero, don't look at Tyson Fury. Let's just be real. Don't look at him. Because he's not who you think he is. And what's sad is fans, fanatics, people, they don't really understand what it's like to be truly someone admired. See, it's okay to be a fan of a person and, to support a fighter and, you know what I mean? But and that's why I don't like football. Football is like people are looking at boxing like football. What do I mean? Regardless of how fucking bad your team is, I still support him. Fuck those other guys. It's all about the Cowboys. You know what I mean? And it's like, and people have full-fledged fights over shit like that. Like bar fights. Like this is some gang rival shit. What is this is like turf war or something. Crazy. Andy Ruiz gives Usyk some major troubles. AAR. Yeah, if he catches him behind the head with shots. Usyk's a chess player. Yeah, he's a chess player. So is Terrence Crawford. Those undisputed guys there. Yeah, I always knew Usyk was a real one, but I was unsure about how well he would acclimate to heavyweight. First 2 fights at heavyweight, he didn't look convincing. Third fight against AJ, night and day. Yep, was night and day. You're right. Medal 1894. I'll fight him for free, Fury says. All the time, but then dismissed every fight through a purse percentage and picked someone he wants to fight to protect that old Dalsa. It's all RC and RE. Absolutely. That's exactly him in a nutshell. And it's sad. It's sad. It's sad. That's it. Wilder likely catches up to Usyk at least once or twice. It may be, you know what? That fight between him and Wilder may be a fight like the first Wilder and Fury. What's the goal with this anti-Fury propaganda? Grim Reaper, you think it's anti-Fury propaganda? That Fury stopped talking about the negotiations, but his father starts talking about it, saying things in public, saying that what he won't do, saying he needs to stand in line, saying that he's not the A side, saying if he wants to fight, he better get with the program. Like shit like that makes me mad, bro. So it's not anti-Fury propaganda, because you see Tyson Fury could easily make this fight, and it really made me suspicious when he turned down that Saudi money. I guess Tyson thought it was going to be somewhat like what he would have got if he fought AJ with Usyk. I'm sorry. It's not that big. Usyk beat Joshua. Doesn't mean he's going to be bigger than Joshua. See these guys, these selected few special fighters that are marketable. Some people are just going to be more popular than you. That's it. There's no other thing to say. I mean, it's not fair. It doesn't have anything to do with how good you are. Usyk, yes, is better than Joshua. Joshua is always going to make more money because he's Anthony Joshua. Holyfield was better than Tyson when they fought. But Holyfield will never be as big as Tyson. Does that make sense? Holyfield will never be as big as Tyson Fury. Never. He will never be as big as Tyson Fury. Usyk thinks he's some kind of megastar. Yeah, he does. He does. He thinks he's bigger than what he is. And if he proved that he was who he said he was, this would be a totally different live stream. See, this is not me wanting to go with Tyson Fury. I got to counterpunch this guy. Why? Because he's wrong. His daddy's wrong. They're deluded. They're delusional. That's why these guys are like that. That's why I'm getting in their ass with the counterpunch. Why? Because these dudes think that they're somebody that they're not. Because they've seen what that person is and they despise it. So what they do, they copycat the success, or they desire that particular same stuff. Okay? Whatever that stuff is, they desire it. They want it. The popularity, they want it. They want the fame. You know what I mean? They want it. Tyson Fury has a drink out and shit. He's wrote a couple books. You know what I mean? Obviously, that's not enough because he knows, shit, I'm not getting that AJ money. And see, look, I'm going to leave you guys with this, okay? And I appreciate you guys coming in. Tyson Fury got his wake-up call when demanding more money from the Saudis. He got his wake-up call from then, and I think that pissed him off because he thought that maybe they'll give me that, and then if that, I'll consider it. When they told him, no, it doesn't make sense, he already knew, I'm not bigger than AJ. Fuck! That's what made him mad. That's what angered Tyson Fury. If he decided to fight Usyk or not, it's the amount of money that he wanted to project to see where the barometer is on how and where he is compared to who? AJ. You guys remember Kell Brook? Amir Khan? You remember Amir Khan was always better than... Like, Amir Khan was always better marketable. He always made more money. He got the recognition. Yes, he got beat, but he was just always that premier guy. Until they fought and Kell Brook beat the shit out of him. But what's apparent? Who's really bigger? Amir Khan's bigger. You know, even though, you know, Amir Khan was knocked spark out. But still, you know, marketability, that's what it was. But these guys were rivals, and it didn't stop them from not, you know, it didn't stop them from having their rivalry. But Kell Brook will never be bigger than Amir Khan. That's just how it is. Just like I don't think Tyson Fury will ever be as big, because I think the things that Tyson Fury decided to do in his career was absolutely toxic. And that's the reason he's really not bigger than AJ. It's not that he can't be marketed, but then again, AJ's a different specimen. The dude works out all the fucking time, and, you know, it's crazy. My girl's mom, she's like, I like AJ, he look good. Shit like that. Like, you can't, like, those things you have to work on. Tyson Fury's the fucking white Michelin man. He's flubber, he has fucking halves, and he's fat and dude, like, Tyson Fury's just bad built. He has bent legs. You know what I mean? He just, look, it's just sometimes you're not going to be marketed in the way that you think you should be. You can't view yourself. It's just almost like a person saying, I'm this, but actually you're that. We got a lot of that shit going on now. You know, like, no, well, you know, that's Tyson. Delusion of grandeur. He wants to be AJ and he's not, and he has to understand. He needs to stay in his own lane. All Tyson Fury can do is show that he's the best boxer in the world, not the best marketable. What's that? Celebrity. See, Tyson wants to be the celebrity, which, dude, people know who Tyson Fury is. He's fought over here again, but I mean, he will never be like AJ is in his own country. That's just what it is. I'm sorry, that's how it goes. Okay, you know, but I think it has a lot to do with his own actions. But guys, I appreciate you guys, the hundreds of thousands that came in today. That is my live stream. I may do one tomorrow, but I'm definitely going live for another Fury taking on Jake Paul. The truth. You guys tell me what you think about this particular video. And you guys be safe. TGIF. And everyone has been counterpunched. Peace.